Italy is one of the most magical countries on Earth. From entire ancient cities unearthed for modern day to see, to beautiful alpine lakes surrounded by quiet, elegant, and picturesque towns. Italy has a little bit of everything to offer for all types of travelers, with all types of ideas for their perfect vacation. Today, we're going to go through my top 5 best places to visit in Italy. Stay tuned until the end of the video, because I bet you that you've never even knew that this hidden gem existed. But before we get into the list, what's up guys, my name is Adam, and welcome to Trip Itinerary. If you like what you see in this video, make sure to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We recently hit the 100 subscriber mark, and I would love it if we could keep the subscriber train rolling. Alright, with that being said, let's get into our number 5 spot, Italy's Adriatic Coast. Italy's Adriatic Coast is a side of Italy that is way less traveled than its opposite western side counterpart, and that is a big reason why it's so special. Although it has been gaining a lot of popularity lately with towns like Puglia blowing up on social media, there is a lot more hidden away that is dying to be discovered. Here, along the eastern side of Italy, you'll find hidden beaches, beautiful seaside towns, and even ancient fishing structures unlike anything you've seen before. Here are some of my favorite features of Italy's Adriatic side. The Adriatic Coast is home to some of the most unique and beautiful towns that Italy has to offer. Alberobello is a beautiful town famous for its trulli homes, which are these old traditional stone-roofed houses. Lecce is a beautiful city known as the Florence of the South. Lecce is home to some of the most amazing architecture in Italy with its own unique Baroque influence. There's a bunch of more towns along the coast, of course, but that's the beauty of it. Italy's Adriatic Coast is a perfect place to road trip and town hop all the way from Puglia to Venice. Something else that I came across on my last trip to Italy were these ancient fishing structures called trabucco. Originally built by the Phoenicians in the 18th century, they are these small platforms hovering over the water that kind of look like spiders from afar with all of their long arms jutting into the ocean. Some of these have been turned into restaurants now, but it is possible to find a lot of untouched ones too. The best place to find these structures is the Costa dei Trabocchi, which is a stretch of coastline between Ortona and Basto. And lastly, you can't talk about the Adriatic Coast without touching on the beaches. These beaches are absolutely beautiful and definitely rival those on the western coast. What's so cool about the Adriatic beaches though, is that there's so much variation between the landscapes. One of them that my girlfriend and I went to had a walkway backed by snow-capped mountains, led by the greenest grass, all to end with cliff sides into the ocean. Overall, Italy's Adriatic Coast is heavily underrated, and it's a can't miss on your next Italy trip. Coming up next at number 4, we have the Dolomites. The Dolomites is one of Italy's most forgotten regions and is by far one of the most beautiful. This alpine mountain range is one of the most unique in the world, with its jagged-looking rock formations that jut out into the sky like spears. The Dolomites have everything you could ask for from an alpine vacation, from dramatic mountain trails to rolling green hills to alpine lakes with crystal clear glacial water. The Dolomites are split into 3 main parts: east, central, and west. Each of these regions has something unique to offer, but here's my favorite from each. In the east, my favorite spot is Lago di Brace, which is a beautiful turquoise blue lake with a stunning backdrop of the mountains. It's a wonderful place to get out on the water and maybe rent a paddle boat to fully immerse yourself. In the central region, my favorite place is the Sacita Ridgeline, which is an epic ridgeline that overlooks Valle Gardena, a beautiful part of the country. You can take a cable car up to the top and hike along the ridge on the well-worn trail. And lastly, in the western region, we have Lago Ritorto, which is another stunning lake surrounded by heavenly green mountain ranges. Although not as picturesque as the eastern-sided Lago di Brace, this lake still offers amazing scenery that's well worth the trip. There's a bunch more to see and do in the Dolomites that I didn't have time to mention, so I'll leave a link to some more things to do down in the description below. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Pompeii. Some of you may have already heard of the ancient city of Pompeii, but if you haven't, Pompeii was an ancient city since the 8th century BC. That's over 2,700 years ago. Unfortunately, in 79 AD, when the city was under Roman rule, the nearby volcano of Mount Vesuvius erupted and covered the entire city with ash. However, this exact tragedy turned Pompeii into a fully preserved city with buildings, streets, and even people intact. And that's what makes Pompeii a must-see when visiting Italy. Pompeii is just a massive outdoor, and some indoor, museum, free for you to walk around and explore just as if you were living amongst the Romans. Take in the mesmerizing buildings with intact, colorful mosaics, the streets with well-worn wagon tracks, and visualize what life was like during that time period, from cooking in the kitchen to even going to the bathroom. Now, at our second spot is one of my favorite places, not only in Italy, but in the entire world. I'm talking about the Lake Como region. The Lake Como region, as you can tell by its name, is a region of Italy that surrounds the beautiful lake of Lake Como. The lake has a unique shape, extending its 3 arms in 3 separate directions, offering a landscape that is striking but also nestled away. But what makes Lake Como so special? Well, let me tell you about some of my favorite places around the lake. Of course, we have to start at the capital city of the region, Como, located right at the base of the lake. Como is an amazing, smaller city that offers amazing lakeside boardwalks and delicious Italian dining. Como also offers itself as a great place to walk around its old stone streets while hopping in and out of shops along the way. Another one of my favorite places in the Lake Como region is Varenna. Varenna is a small village right along the water on the eastern side of the lake. Varenna is one of my favorite spots because it is a quiet town, and often quieter than some of the others, which allows you to experience the local life of the people who live in the village. There's local cafes, gelaterias, restaurants, and some really cool sights to see too. One of the coolest things to see in Varenna is the ancient 16th century church of St. Giovanni Battista, right in the center of town. It's one of the oldest churches in Italy, and it's always open and free to enter. My last choice, although there could be a lot more, would be Lugano. And you might be asking, Adam, isn't Lugano in Switzerland? Well, yes it is, but Lugano is so close to the Italian border that I think it's worth making the trip out there if you can. Lugano is a beautiful and modern lakeside town that offers wonderful views of the water and the surrounding mountains. My favorite part of Lugano is their lakeside boardwalk, which takes you along the entire Lugano coastline. My dad and I went there together and walked along this path, and it is one of my most cherished memories. So I may be a bit biased, but at the end of the day, it's my video, right? But seriously though, Lugano is an amazing side quest when visiting the Lake Como region, not to mention that the drive up there is breathtaking as well. I highly recommend heading out there if you have the time. Now before we get into our top spot, I want to thank you for watching the video up to this point. If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, and maybe have seen something that you haven't before, leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe to see more of my travel content. And without further delay, let's talk about our number 1 spot, Abruzzo. Abruzzo is a beautiful and lesser known part of Italy that I bet you haven't heard of before. Turns out the only way I found out about it was because my girlfriend's family originated from a town there called Cansano. Now before I get too deep into it, I want to touch on the sore subject about the Italian diaspora. Thousands and thousands of Italians have left their hometowns and cities in search for a better future in other parts of Italy and even other parts of the world. The Abruzzo region is one of the most impacted by this unfortunate trend. So when you travel through Abruzzo, be prepared to stumble across ghost towns or towns crumbling before your eyes, or even people so rooted to the region that they've never even seen an English speaker before. But I think that's what makes this region so special, as well as a lot of other things. Let's talk about those. So going back to what I said earlier, my girlfriend's family originated from a town called Cansano, which is located within the heart of the Abruzzo region. We visited there as part of our trip, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Unfortunately, the town was not in good shape, but the people there are some of the most friendly I have ever interacted with in Italy. They seem so untouched by tourists out there, so it's like they haven't lost their patience yet. They want to speak to you, they want to help you, they want to teach you about their country and their towns. So I'm not telling you to visit Cansano specifically, but I am telling you to immerse yourself in the region. Visit some towns and cities, interact with the people, and enjoy the best food that Italy has to offer. Let me tell you, it's not close. Our favorite city there was Sulmona, which is a small city with amazing food and people, and it is also the birthplace of confetti, the popular almond candy. Secondly, Abruzzo is one of, if not the most beautiful region in Italy. Once again, it is so untouched by tourists that it seems like this is how Italy was meant to be experienced. From some of the best mountain ranges in the country, to some of the best rolling fields, and even the beaches we touched on earlier in the video. The Abruzzo region is such an amazing example of everything the Italian countryside has to offer. Abruzzo truly is an amazing part of the country. If you're feeling adventurous and want to make your Italy trip unique and memorable, definitely visit Abruzzo. You will not regret it. So that's going to do it for my top 5 best places to visit in Italy. If you liked the video, click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments which of these places you are most interested in visiting. I hope to see you all next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.